My fellow Americans and friends around the world, today I want to talk about a sport that has captured the hearts of many. Professional darts. In recent times, it seems that this noble game has faced divisions, much like the challenges we've confronted in our own history. But just as we have always risen above our differences, so too can the world of darts. It's up to the new leaders and emerging talents in this sport to step forward, bridge the gaps, and guide us all towards unity. And may the best players win.
Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the CSC Challenger Series. I am Nick Teixeira, joined by
the Rambler,
Danny Baggish, and it's a pleasure to have you guys here with us as we're going to be having a great special coverage. As you see, no Sean, no Will. They didn't want to see this action, but I guarantee you, we did. And this will be a great time, don't you say, Danny?
Yeah, absolutely. Two great players, both doing really well in this Division II series, and I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, Jon Pilgrim takes on a great competitor, Jon Husman, and a lot of our Washingtonians have been asking for that mashup, and this should be just fun all around. Now, Danny, we just saw you on Monday, now, didn't we? Can we just talk about your match here for a second?
Yeah, it was it was crazy. He was in Fuego for 99% of that match. He was the better player for the most part. I just kind of weathered the storm. He came out on fire, throwing a bunch of triples at me, and I got lucky in the end. Man, 5 legs on the spin, I would have never thought.
Yeah, no, absolutely incredible stuff that we got a chance to see. I mean, we saw JC Martinez play in probably some of the best form in that opening half there, and I'm just excited to see what's going to be coming up tonight for D2, because let me tell you, Jon Pilgrim, Zach Fuchs on week 2 put up quite the show here. These players are 0.01 separation in average, Danny, and I it's too close to call already. I'm excited for it, and I think it's about time we get into the bios here and take a look at these players up close. What do you say?
Absolutely, because it is going to be close.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look here at bio number 1, Jon Pilgrim. Pigworm making the stage again, and that's going to be from Schmidt's Amusements here, playing out a black saddle, playing for about 14 years and averaging a 4.65 and a 57.7% win rate, and he's throwing those booyah Jon Pilgrim darts, 18 grams. And look, I mean, just that's a photo of a man that is serious and ready to play. Yeah,
he's ready to play. One of the most consistent players I've been around. I met him for the first time maybe last year or the year before, and that throw is just straightforward, and he's always dangerous.
Yeah, no, he's going to be an absolute lethal guy. I mean, we saw him win the elite finale. We saw him win week 2, and he's going to try to continue that hot streak, especially because, as he's made it clear to me after the interview, hey, I got not much time left before the little one comes out, so I want to make sure to make the most of it. So here we go, guys. Let's go ahead and take a look over our other competitor here tonight, Jon Husman. He goes by The Ghost, which is the second time we've seen that nickname this year. The first time was Don Stewart, who has changed his nickname to The Ghost because he's come back out of nowhere. And Jon Husman has a similar story. He kind of comes in and out of the game. He's been playing for 34 plus years, Western Washington Dart Leagues out of all seasons. One of our most favorite bars that we've seen time and time again throughout the CSC history here. And then on top of that, 4.66 MPR. That's only 0.01 above Jon Pilgrim after 3 weeks here. 65.9% win rate. Throwing the Dart Militia Remedies, 18 grams.
Yeah, veteran of the game, 34 plus years, 4.66, a great average. And like you said, 0.01 above Jon Pilgrim. And that win rate is high, right? 65.97. It means he knows how to finish games. So this is going to be a battle.
Yeah, this is absolutely going to be a great battle here. So let's go ahead and take a look over at the bars. I believe these players are about ready to get underway here. And this, again, should be a great matchup tonight, guys. So we're going to let them know, hey, it's time to get to the action. Let us know who you are cheering for, who you got in this one, and what you want to see tonight on our main boards. And Danny, what's our scoreline going to look like tonight?
Man, oh man, it's going to be a close one. Like I said, .01 separating them. Jon Pilgrim hits a few 9 marks. Husman has more 9 marks, but it's the 7 marks, Nick, that puts Pilgrim ahead of Jon. I think the consistency for Jon Pilgrim wins him this match, and it's a little nail biter. I've got Jon Pilgrim 9-7. Husman, I don't know much about Husman. I think that I've seen him play once or twice, and I know I've played him in the PPD as well. So on the online tournaments, I know he can play. He's got 26 9 marks. The 47 marks is a little low for the consistency side of it, guys. But like I said, this is going to be unbelievable. A battle back and forth, and Husman's got a cutout board of himself in the back. I can't wait for that to come out. We got a lot of 9-7s in the chat. 9-5. That's gonna be it's gonna be a little too far for me, but I think it's gonna be a little closer than that. So waiting to get started here. Husman and Pilgrim.
Yeah, this should be a good one, Danny. I'm looking forward to it. These guys obviously D2 is about being the journeyman, trying to prove yourself. Hey, listen, everyone in here is 4-5 and above. We're just not quite in that D1, not quite in that 5-0 territory. And a lot of these guys are trying to get that big win, get that big promotion, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And Nick, while I'm sitting here thinking about it, the 9 mark. I know Will Stewart always sets the 9 marks for the night, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. And I believe you have to be our Will Stewart.
I've got this. I'm setting the 9 marks at 16.5.
16.5.
16.5 9 marks for tonight. What you thinking?
I mean, that's pretty spot on. My head was kind of leaning towards like 18.5. So I was a little bit higher up on there. So I'm going to take the over this evening, guys. We're going to see what happens. But it looks like Husman will show first into this diddle here. And I'm excited to get things underway. You can see right next to him, over to the left, that's Christian Broussard, another competitor in Division 2, I believe also playing his match. Kind of nice having those other CSC players around whenever you're playing your match, right?
It is. I wish I had that. But it's always good to have support there. It doesn't matter who it is, but other players, you can support each other, and it just makes it a little easier on yourself, just knowing that you have people there.
Yeah, it's just nice to have some people in your corner, no matter if they're a player or not. Although it's nice for the CSC. Sometimes people are like, even Ram Guevara last night. Oh, wait, hold on, John, what are you going to shoot? Shoot the bullseye to get the start here, and already giving some celebrations. Ram was texting me last night. He's like, what happens if you're 3 or more up? Who goes first? I'm like, Ram, how many seasons have you been doing this? Just a random Facebook messenger there. So it's nice having some fellow players there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know I've asked that question I know 3, 4, 5, 6 times already, and I feel like I have an understanding now. But I don't blame him, because I'm gonna forget as well. You're gonna get a few messages from me. But here we go, guys. Leg 1, Jon Pilgrim, Jon Husman, and let's rock.
Let's rock and roll indeed, everybody. This should be an excellent affair on our dartboard.
Yeah, that was smart play, throwing the bullseye there, and a lot of people wouldn't have done that as, oh, look at this. That's a 9 mark for Jon Pilgrim. I'm changing my 9 marks to 16.6.
Wait a second, that's not how that works. You can see, here's the difference, right? Look at this, as Jon Husman's off to the races as well. What the difference is between Division 1 and Division 2 is not the ability to throw the high games, but the consistency to do so game after game. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And it's not saying that they, we're comparing the 2 and 1 and so forth, but you're spot on with that, and that's the reason why I picked Jon Pilgrim, is because of the consistency part of it. The 67 marks makes a huge difference, and there's a 7 mark, and he's already putting Husman's back against the wall here. So yeah, I think the consistency is more important in this, and it's not about the A game, but the steady B+ game.
Yeah, I'm excited for it here, and looks like we're having some scoreboard issues over there at All Seasons, but it popped right back up. Guys, let us know what you got going on. We see a couple people tuning in here. I see 1080 live. So hi, Jeff McMahon, how you doing? Brian Keith in chat, Chuck, Lynette, Ed, Paul, Michael, so on and so forth. If I didn't read your name, it's because I have a grudge against you.
You don't have a grudge against anyone. I don't think so.
Very few.
Yeah.
Actually, there's only one pro I actually have a true grudge with.
I didn't listen. I didn't mean to dump you.
Listen, there's two.
Okay. And Husman trying to answer with a 9 this leg as well. And there it is. 9 mark number 2. 1 apiece as he backs away from the board, staring at it. A little intimidation.
2 in the first leg here means if we go 17 legs, we're on pace for 34 9 marks, and your prediction will be out the window. I'm just saying.
That's great math, Nick.
Thank you. I actually did practice my 9 mark math before getting into this.
You had a lot of practice. It's not fair.
7 seasons, actually, plus a little bit of season 0.
Yeah, that's good. Now, listen, 5'3" versus a 5'7", both well above their average, but we're going to expect this a lot of the legs here.
Yeah, you expect just the difference is the legs where you're winning, you're going to try to really crush in. You don't want to win too many scrappy legs. Sometimes you have those legs that fall off, and that's where the median of that average really kind of shows through. I expect early on, just like Jon will say in his interview, that he is really, really comfortable starting off strong here and trying to get an early advantage.
Yeah, he's throwing really comfortable, 5.60, and I tell you what, throwing against that wall would be tough for me. But look at that, Husman, another 9 mark. That's 3 in the first leg.
Yeah.
I meant 15 or 16 and a half before the break.
At this rate, this is awesome stuff. Yeah, we've seen Black Saddle before, and let me tell you, it's one of those areas where they like playing out there, but in the same vein, we've seen wedding parties happen out of there in the middle of matches. We've seen some crazy stuff, but it's its own dedicated lane for the one board there, so you also at least guarantee no one can walk in front of your board.
Yeah, I like that play by Jon as well. Look, he kept the point lead down for himself, but that's 3 numbers for Husman. He can shut them all down, but it still gives Jon Pilgrim the 4 bowl to win. I see Jon Husman going for the close, which he's going to do. Just one holds it. You can see the frustration there. He's going to go bowl. Hits the double bowl, but it's Jon Pilgrim going to go up and might throw 1 or 2 at the 20 and then go to the bull.
Yeah, no, some good stuff indeed. And Jon does not get the bulls closed out there, so Husman has an opportunity and has a game shot.
That's good math again.
Thank you. I'm really crushing.
That's 2 for 2. Stay on the bull. Oh, he went for the triple 20. If I'm Jon Pilgrim here, I probably just go. I probably go stay on the 20s until I hit 2 triples, just because you don't want it to get edgy towards the end, and where Husman's going to nitpick that 20 away, because you got to think that he's going to try to shut it down.
Yeah, and you have to remember with Jon's game in particular, he loves to play that hyper aggression game. So he's going to take the more aggressive shots when he gets the opportunity, but he's also not going to try to give away any free legs here.
I agree. And when you say Jon, you have to start specifying.
Yeah, so Jon is going to do this. No matter what, Jon's going to win tonight.
Put your money on that one. 2 bulls there for Husman, and Pilgrim's going to try to, like I said, I think he's going to stay on the points again, even if he hits 1 triple. I feel like he should in this instance, but let's see what he does. Oh, going straight at the bull, down 5. Does he not know?
See, he likes to play that hyper aggressive game, and that one was a little too aggressive for my taste, if you ask me.
Yeah, I got lost for a minute.
You're like, what is happening here?
Good go. Yeah, that was a little edgy for me in my liking, but it's gonna pay off. It's gonna pay off. So Jon Pilgrim's gonna win this leg with about a 4.4, and it's a 4.50. Little edgy towards the end there, but he does get it done. 1-0 Pilgrim.
Yeah, great stuff indeed there, and does get the first leg on the board. And I'm going to tell you, Danny, I already forgot to look at their averages to track it real quick. So I'm 0 for 1 on marking averages for legs.
Well, I know Pilgrim was a 4.5.
That's pretty good. Pretty good indeed. And going to be some of the just a little taste of the standard that we're going to be seeing here tonight on our stream.
Yeah, absolutely. As Husman does his job when he's starting there, 620s is enough. It's gonna be interesting to see, Nick, where these players, what kind of strategy they're gonna play, because obviously it's Division Two, but I feel like I'm gonna see a lot of similarity into what I think is a good way to play it, which is the aggressive play.
Chat's helping me out here with the 4.22. Appreciate that, guys. Yeah, trying our best, but it turns out Will and Sean, they actually do some work around here, and it's kind of apparent when they're gone, huh?
I mean, I guess.
You're like, I don't really know about all that.
Yeah, I have no clue.
Oh man, great stuff, guys.
I'm back.
You're back.
That's all that matters. I just want to commentate.
You've been doing that a lot lately. I mean, what were your thoughts on doing it this last weekend here?
Oh, Pilgrim just misses. Man, I loved it. Only playing that, obviously, that one event because we didn't stream, but it was relaxing. It was definitely not as stressful, and it was fun to do. And of course, it's a plus doing it with you, Nick.
Oh, I appreciate the kind words there. And, it's definitely a full circle moment for us to be commentating. I still remember, and I didn't get a chance to tell the story over the weekend at Bullshooter, but one of our first true interactions was when I was playing the Georgia Bullshooter, playing in like a last leg decider of a match. It was 1,000+ point run up against David Tillery, I believe. And after the end of the match, I had an interaction with David, just a very positive one. I was happy even though I lost. And you actually reached out to me and talked to me about sportsmanship and all the stuff from there. And that was like one of the biggest motivating factors. I don't like to tell you this often because I like to dog on you more often nowadays. But one of those things where our friendship kind of goes back quite some time now.
Yeah, Nick, that I almost shed a tear there. That's I appreciate that, buddy.
Oh yeah,
that was.
I do actually think about that sometimes.
Yeah. No, it's important to notice things like that, especially young players, up and coming players. They need to be recognized because it just shows everybody's watching. Jon Pilgrim shuts the 20 down, a single 19. Did just enough. He's throwing a 5-5 this leg, and Husman's looking to capitalize here.
Yeah, and that's the type of aggression that you like to see there from him, taking advantage of getting rid of the high ground, right? Oh, that's high ground number 1 for tonight. Yeah,
high ground. That's how many times you're going to say that. I like that shot by Husman. Looks to take out the 19, getting ahead in points. Only needs 119, so it'll be interesting what Pilgrim does here. Again, the aggressive route. Look at this. That's yeah, this is going to be a little sketchy. It's gonna be a little sketchy. I haven't seen, and I wonder if it's just because of who he plays.
Yeah, you have to wonder that one from Pilgrim there because it's a little bit of a head scratcher, right? He basically wasted his first 2 marks. In this case, though, Husman not capitalizing. I don't think he expected that shot selection. It might have actually rocked him a little bit there, huh?
Yeah, maybe. And missing that 2 single ones, you only have 1 dart. The triple 18 doesn't make a difference in that aspect because Pilgrim still has the 19. I would have went ahead and shut down the 19, but that's just me, Nick.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there. It does get punished by Pilgrim, and that's the thing we've seen out of Mr. Pigworm there is he hasn't really missed 2 darts in a row, right? He'll usually at least get 1 real good one in there. This Mike Maloney gives us a WTF for the friends because he's excited to see us on the mic together.
Has to be. That has to be it. Husman, shut the 19 down here, buddy.
Yeah, you grab the 19s here, push him down, and force a 6 mark out of your opponent.
Stays there, and that's a 9 mark for Jon Husman. 4 on the night for Pilgrim and Husman, but I would have shut that 19 down.
Well, it only matters if Jon gets one of his first 2 darts. If Pilgrim gets one of his first 2 darts, we always tell the PBD staff as he does find the 6 mark there. Huge shot indeed, and now forcing Husman to hit a not even just the 7 mark. He really needs a 9 here. He needs 2 trip 16s and a 19. So I just did terrible math. That was god awful.
That was god awful. Unlucky. And he's not going to get it this time. And I've noticed that Pilgrim's playing a little bit of a more aggressive game. I don't remember him playing this aggressive. Is it because of his shoulder?
So he actually, I did a strategy breakdown video after week 2's matchup. It's, look at this, Pilgrim just run off here and putting himself in great position for leg number 2. I did a strategy breakdown of him and Zach Fuchsia's match, and he just he likes to feel the pressure. That's actually after watching the video, and he gave some feedback on it. He's basically like, yeah, I just like to be under the gun. It forces me to focus. It forces me to play better.
Yeah, I mean, he's showing it now, and that's a great strategy to have, to put yourself under that pressure. You're gonna hit it more often than not because you're gonna be used to it. And if he's always that aggressive, hats off to him. And that's a 2-0 lead for Pilgrim, 5-1-1 and a 4-2-2 for Pilgrim and Husman. So already he's got that extra break needed to make sure that if he just holds all the way through, it's a wrap.
That's exactly right, Nanny. And just a reminder, chat, all September long, A to Z Darts is featuring the Harrow's Toro Dart of the Month. Earn $15 off all Harrow's Toro darts and get a free pack of flights. Plus, you'll get added to the raffle to win a set of Harrow's Black Knight Steel Tip Darts, 21 grams when you purchase the Dart of the Month. Giveaway ends October 1st. Good luck, everyone. Also, make sure to grab the Michael Smith Achieve Special Edition darts while you can. This limited edition dart is a great addition to your collection. You can also browse the Target July launch and one more US player launch. Lastly, make sure to check out their blog for their latest tutorial on how to play around the world. That's a-zdarts.com.
That was a lot.
Yeah. Normally let Sean do the
that was a lot.
The English teacher, we make him read.
Yeah, that was a lot. Husman here, huge 7 mark, looking to get a leg on the board here. Is doing well early stages in this leg. Pilgrim only starting off with a 3 mark, and he's gonna want about 7 or 9 right here.
Yeah, just gonna try to load it up and try to get himself back in the leg. He's not going to really give up on it, especially, again, he likes being under the gun, so he's not going to be really a player that gets too scared when he's behind or kind of just throw off the leg and say, I'll get the next one.
Husman first start triple. He's going to go down to the 17s. Take a look. That's a good marker. I'd stay there. Oh, just into the triple too. So a little bit of an opening for Pilgrim as he was 100 points down. Now he's 64 down going into the next number. So he might take a shot at the 20 here soon. No, he's going to try to fill it up. And he does. And that's a 9 mark for Jon Pilgrim.
Wow.
5 on the night.
That's just incredible stuff. But, you imagine Husman's in control. He just needs to stay true on that 20 and really wanted a first start trip there to get a shot at the 17s. I would probably just go ahead and do the stay here. Try to put some distance between yourself. Yeah,
no reason to switch. 20 to 17s, that's a 9-point difference for every triple. So that's huge in a game of cricket. If I'm John Husman, that shot at the 17 the round before is a great shot if you hit it. If you miss it, it's kind of like, oh man, let's hope he doesn't punish me, which Pilgrim did, but did not that time.
Yeah, he really wanted to get a trip in there to get a swing upstairs. And a couple people asking, where's Will and Sean tonight? Let me tell you, couldn't stand dealing with him anymore. I'm going to be honest. It's been 7 seasons, guys. It's far too much. They're fired. That's the whole story.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand why even that question comes about because you want me to be honest with you? I was the first person that got the call. So
you're actually the only person. Otherwise, so Sean had tickets to an event with his wife and kids. They got months in advance and kind of really realized the date when he was getting those tickets. So he asked for the night off, and then Will was had an opportunity to go to a baseball game or something or other, and offered to actually go ahead and come here with us. I said, man, take the family time. You're always on the road and stuff like that. And you know what? Instead of pulling you away from your kids, we'll pull Danny away from his kids, I guess.
Yeah, listen, I don't mind. The kids go to bed at 8 o'clock anyway, so it was kind of a no brainer for me to help you guys out. So Pilgrim again, that's another 9 mark. That's 6.
You know how frustrating it is if you're like Husman here and you're like, man, I just can't get rid of this guy in this leg. He just keeps hanging on. I have the 20s, I push him down the board, and he's just still here.
Yeah, and Husman has to be careful that he doesn't have a round here to where he misses a trip 20 and he just has and he doesn't. He hits a 7 mark. That's huge in this scenario because Pilgrim he can't come off of that 16. I mean, he could this round and then hit the white horse to only be 2 bulls down to make it 5-3, but I feel like that's it. That's Danny Bagger's thinking.
Yeah, I think if he hits 6 in the first 2 darts, there's an argument to just grab the 20 and take the risk on the 7 mark from your opponent. In this case, not really going to be in the cards right now. Husman just needs to know when to attack here and not let this hang on too long. And I mean, there's no shame in going single 22/16.
No, you're absolutely right. And there's you know, you don't want to keep the player around, you know. They're separated by .01. I still feel like Pilgrim is the better player. But maybe that's just because I haven't seen Husman play as much. Um, but the longer you let players like that hang around, the closer it gets.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, Husman's a veteran of the sport, 34 years on and off. Some guy that's really just been playing at a pretty high level. We've seen him do great runs with many talented players over the years. So he's not going to be unfamiliar with these situations. But I think that just the way Pilgrim's attacking, it just will put off some alarm bells in Husman's head.
Yeah, I totally agree there. And Husman is going to win this leg. I don't know if something bothered John there. It's okay, John. Throw in the towel this leg, buddy.
Yeah, he's just going to go ahead and move around the board there, try to fluff up the average a little bit. Or more often, just trying to get himself settled in for the next leg there.
Jim Henry, have you ever asked Husman about his medalist playing days? Jim, listen, my man. I don't want to ask anyone about their medalist playing days.
Oh, great stuff.
I could tell you about my days, but woo-wee.
Let me tell you, medalist playing days have been so distant. I actually have never had an opportunity to play medalist.
Oh, my goodness. 2-1 here. Jon Pilgrim up with his start, and he's looking to start big here.
You got our update here from Jonathan Long in chat saying Jonathan Long 4, Brett Hollanday 4. So giving us updates while playing.
The fact that you can update us while playing is pretty strong there, Jonathan. Good luck, buddy.
He's been trying to do the listen to the stream while playing at the same time. Maloney special, if you will.
Yeah, the Maloney special. Nice 6 mark by Husman. Jon Pilgrim. Is he going to take that aggressive approach here? Throw first start at the 18, see what happens?
You would expect it with just how he likes to play the aggression. He does take a look on the second dart. He doesn't stay there. But since he doesn't hit at least a single there, Husman has an opportunity to just take full advantage and really pounce on Pilgrim.
Yeah, if I'm Husman here, I go straight to the 20 just like he did. You're committed now. Just shut it down.
Yeah, I don't agree with the switch on that last start. If you're going to throw 2, you might as well throw 3 in that scenario and force your opponent to hit the 5 mark or 4 mark. So
yeah, 2's a wasted dart. You know what I mean? If you have 3 darts and you hit 2 with the first 2, you have to shut it down, or else those 2 really don't matter.
Yeah, and Pilgrim there, I mean, does take advantage. He gets the close. The X on the 20s, he can't really take advantage of them. I mean, if Husman hits the first dart on the trip in a single, I still think there's an argument for the close. But it just, the problem is you're just putting yourself against the darts a little bit here.
Yeah, throwing a 4-3-3 is Pilgrim, and actually now both of them throwing a 4-3-3. So little laid back games. Maybe there's C games happening right now. So
yeah, definitely going to be the case. Again, reminder, 4.66, 4.65 are these guys' average after 3 weeks. So after 20 plus games in the CSC season 7, right now, currently Pilgrim at a 4.94, Husman at a 4.56. So again, Pilgrim kind of coming out the gate swinging early on. Husman not really too far below where you'd expect him to be in those first 2 legs being a 4.22, 4.22. We're a little slow start for him.
Yeah, a slow start for Husman, but Pilgrim, that's what he's been doing, isn't it? He gets out on top quickly on you. I have him up 5-2 at the break, and then Husman making it close towards the end. So we'll see how long he can hold this level of play.
Well, let me ask you this, Danny, right? I mean, your first two legs in the start of your match on Monday and your first two legs after the break were, I believe, statistically your worst legs. Is it something about just the stream not knowing exactly when you get to start and when the break's going to be over that kind of affects that line of thinking a little bit, even subconsciously?
No, the 49ers game was on.
Really? Because I zoomed out to see if the TVs were on over you or not. I didn't know if they had them on or not.
Yeah, the one over the bar when you walk back and you
that was the one
the right hand side. Yeah, but no. No, it's just starting off the match, just trying to get going, and then after the break trying to get going. But I usually come after the break and I'm usually playing well. So man, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I was never even really getting frustrated. There was actually a nice 7 mark by Husman. There was actually a point in time that I felt like that I was conceding and okay with losing that match.
Fair enough. Well, Mike Maloney says that's way wrong, Nick. I'm not sure which part of the statement is saying that, but if you keep talking to me like that, Mike, I'm bringing 13-inch back, so you better back off.
Gonna be excited about that 15-inch if it stays.
Oh yeah, I have to deal with you tonight and then him tomorrow and through the weekend there over in Rockford, Illinois for the second stop of the Bullshooter Tour. Now guys, a heads up for our USA Darts viewers here. We're going to be live with Which City on Facebook. So if you want to see any of the Bullshooter coverage, you can go to the Bullshooters page there and you'll be able to break it down all the different streams and all the different shenanigans there. But also on top of that, we'll be live on Eagle Eye Sports on Facebook and we'll be live on the USA Darts YouTube as well.
4.25 here for Pilgrim, and Husman had a gamble shot, that last shot going at the 16 and then the 19, so it paid off, and he just needs to close the 15 here. Closes the 15, he's got a stranglehold on this. Well, how he went to the 16. Yeah, he's not gonna be happy about that. I would go back to the 15 here. Stayed on the 16, but it still gives that 9 mark a look for Pilgrim. So hits the 9 mark, it'd be 455 to 448. And let's see what happens after this first dart, as it's a momentum dart for most. Single 15. So it's going to stay there. Yeah, even that's another shot that I would have taken a shot at the 16 because you're only a bull down. But again, that's Danny's strategy, not Pilgrim or Husman's.
Mike Maloney, I stand corrected. I hate to say it, but I misremembered that.
Husman there, only 2 15s, wide open door for Pilgrim. Go straight to the 16. Listen, this is, a lot of people might see me do this, but I go fat 15 here.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason to risk it. You need at least 1 mark on it.
And he barely gets it inside the skinny 15. So Husman here needs 4 bulls to get ahead. Game-winning darts in hand.
Yeah, it's not a must-win leg, but if you win it, it feels like you almost snipe the momentum from the other guy a little bit. I think I think last start here, you have to just pop a 15 and hope for a miss. You're trying to force an error after you don't get the first dart in the bull.
Yeah, and that's what he does there. And yeah, Husman was the better player this leg for 99% of the leg. So this is one that he'll feel like he let slip away if he does not win it. Oh, but that's a tricky lay.
Yeah, you can see
tricky lay.
Full walk off there from Pilgrim.
Yep. And don't second guess yourself. Anytime you do that, you tend to push a little bit.
Whoa, he got it in there. Can he get 1 more of those?
Oh,
he does. That is a little scrappy there.
That was scrappy. A 418 beats a 460. So Jon Pilgrim wins a leg he probably shouldn't have, but doesn't matter, Nick. Doesn't matter what you shoot as long as you win.
You know, that's what the wise book of CSC Challenger Series says, right? And you have to remember, it's such a long format, at least compared to pretty much any other cricket format, other than like specialty one-off things. you have to remember time and time again, you do have time. Even if it's hard, you do have time to come back. Whether you be 7-4 down, whether you be 8-4 down like Ram was in the final to get all the way back to a last leg decider. Or, I like bringing things up that Maloney doesn't like bringing up, like a 6-1 down and Willie Walker just comes all the way back. You never know.
Yeah, you never know. But it seems like whoever's down against Maloney is going to make that comeback. So, look at this, not paying attention.
Whoa, yeah.
Not paying attention.
Not the error that you would typically expect to see from Jon there.
Not paying attention there. So, open door for Husman. Yeah, I'm excited to see that match on Monday.
Yeah, it should be some good stuff there. Mike Maloney, Luke Pritzel will be your match on Monday, and that should be a phenomenal matchup indeed. Should be curious to see who plays you in the seed there, Danny.
Yeah, I'm curious as well. I won't, comment on it, or yes, I will. What am I thinking? You know who I want, Nick.
Who do you want, Danny?
Every single tournament I go to, whether I win or lose, I always want to play Mike Maloney.
And why is that?
Because I love beating him. Oh, Husman. That's another 9 mark for Jon Husman. My track record shows that I have a winning record against Mike. It's like 164-2. His 2 is just recently. I don't even think it's 2. Maybe it's just 1. And that was chairman of the board.
Looks like there was a misregister on the darts here, so the players are just going to go and back it up. And just a reminder, guys, if you are playing in a normal PvD league or match, you'd normally send a picture to prove it. These players are in a chat and know that they're both on camera, which is why they don't have to do that. Yeah, big moments here. So it looks like Husman's really just kind of riding the wave on this leg. So far, Danny's on track for his 5-2 predictions for the halftime here.
Yeah, so far, but Husman throwing a 7-6-7, just absolute fire this leg. First start double bull. Come on, Jon. And there, look at this, 7.36 for Husman.
Yeah, and now that puts Husman from the lower average to the higher average, pushing him over the 5-0 threshold, which, again, I mean, we're looking at D2 here. It's a 4.5 to 4.75. It's like a 0.25 difference top to bottom. To go on a heater like that, again, these guys can do it. It's a matter of how often they do it.
Yeah, it's just about that A game will come every now and then, and we understand that, but it's that B game that we were talking about that's going to be what we have to watch out for.
And you can see right there, Pilgrim just gets the barest of minimums, because I really feel like 5 mark opens are kind of like your necessary open in this format. 4 marks will do just fine, especially if Husman doesn't get this number closed here. Yeah, this is a big moment. Pilgrim likes to play aggressive, so you kind of expect grab the 19s, grab the 17s, like move around the board here.
Yeah, I would stay on the 19, even if I tripped it, but I see him going 19 and 17 as well.
That's because he did. Now, that last start staying on there is super aggressive, because Husman here has the opportunity. You can either go for the open numbers and pretty much say that Pilgrim's going to get 3 numbers up, or he can contest the 17s. He tries to contest. Does get the close. Will he get some points on him? Good find.
Good find there. 6 mark by Husman puts him at 51. Pilgrim's still in control. It's going to go probably close to 17 first. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing, Pilgrim? What are you thinking?
He drinks Busch Light. He doesn't think very good.
Are you listening to us, Jon?
I guarantee Jon is not listening to us.
I was waiting for him to crack a smile. There's the close. And then straight to the 20?
Yeah. Oh, tough lay. He might go to the 19s now. Does find it on the last there. Yeah, I believe Pilgrim's probably listening to I don't know. Put your guesses in chat, guys. I'm gonna put money on Morgan Wallen. I bet he's listening to Danny Baggich's Kevin Schmitz.
How come after the break Monday did you point more in a single match? Well, my strategy wasn't working, Mike. So I decided to change it. I mean, that's just basically it, buddy. Sometimes when a strategy isn't working, you have to change your strategy. And that's what I did, Mike. I appreciate you bringing that up though. And Mike has been shooting good, but he just shoots good. He's a good player.
Ryan Bigham saying, "What's the agenda against Busch Light?" Guys, if you don't live in Wisconsin, you don't drink Busch Light. That's just the thing. I'm just giving a hard time. You'll see in his interview why I'm making so many jokes about Busch Light today, though, in particular. Something crazy happens over there.
I don't think I've never had Busch Light. Ever. Oh, look at this by Pilgrim. It's going to end this game here with a 5.60.
Yeah, that was
4.5 for Husman.
Whew, that is some good stuff there, and it is now 4-2 in this one.
Yeah, here we go. I said 5-2 at the break.
You're calling for a hold on Husman then?
No, I need a break.
You need a break. Just kidding.
Pilgrim.
That was bad math for me again.
Fine.
I'm really striking out here today, Danny.
You are. But Husman's going to start with a 5 mark here, and Pilgrim's going to have to cap. Oh, okay, 7 mark.
I do notice that you're doing less dart predicting in the sense that you're not trying to jinx as many people as you jinxed this last week, and that was brutal, man.
Yeah, listen, I went back and listened to some of it, and I can't believe how many times I just had the commentators jinx, man. It was just
it's real.
I think it is real.
I mean, Austin Braswell lost the match because of me, so
I remember that. I remember that.
That's bad.
Yeah, that was bad.
Week 1 of the CSC Challenger Series, Nick Teixeira lost a friend.
1 hole out of the 20 there, so little bit of an opening here for Pilgrim after that 3 mark start. He's gonna need 1 more. Oh, he's gonna take the shot. Oh, and he pushes it. Pushes it, yanks it, snatches it into the trip 19.
Yeah, these guys right now are not only putting on a show for us over here. Honestly, it's just so gritty to play these matches. I think when you're playing in any of the CSC divisions nowadays, you just have to expect that someone's going to throw the book at you every night of the week because it's just so hard to get up. I mean, anybody that's a 4-5 can win on any given day. The difference is with the longer format, you see some of the bigger dogs kind of reign over and over. Every season of the CSC Division 1 since we've took over has had back-to-back winners, which actually would make you a favorite this season other than season 1. Division 2 has not had that. It has been a new winner every single season.
And who won last season?
Corey Beck, which just got knocked out last week.
Well, it looks like we're going to have a different winner this season.
Yeah, exactly. No back-to-back winners in Division 2 this season.
That's
although there's a couple of previous champions still in the mix, though. Like Brett Hollanday versus Jonathan Long.
Nice 7 mark there by Husman. Nice little close battle here. Rick Askins. No more PDC, Danny. No, Rick. I just want to be a commentator.
Yet he dumps me to go play trips. Crazy.
In which we won. So
we as in you and not me. And Paula and Tommy.
Correct. But so it's not so crazy that I dumped you.
No, it's really not crazy. It's okay. You didn't help with teardown either. And we all went to Delmonico's after.
Well, if I would have gotten invited, I probably would have went. Nice 5 mark by Husman there, but still an opening for Pilgrim. We're waiting for that huge 9 mark to happen. Oh, and it might be right here. Here it is, and that's a 9 mark for Pilgrim.
Big moments, and a 4-3 difference going into the break versus a 5-2 is just kind of, it's silly to say, but it really is a massive difference.
A huge difference, because now you got 2 breaks against the throw. You're more comfortable, you're more relaxed, and it's just kind of smooth coasting from there for most people.
Smooth coasting indeed for most people, isn't it, Danny? Well, let's see what Pilgrim does with this opportunity here. Needs to try to find a trip. Oh, he does go ahead and bail out. I don't think he likes the lay of that first dart. But the second dart wasn't really close to the treble on the 15.
I don't know if many people know this, Nick. I know I laughed and chuckled about that comment, but my match against Ram, I was down 3-0. Oh, that's a wild one from Pilgrim. He's not going to be happy with that one. I was down 3-0 and 5-1.
Yeah, well, so I actually had it on my side monitor. I was watching just like the game screen of it as Ram was playing on a streaming board. And let me tell you, when you were playing that match where it was like, Ram's got him, it's over. And then when the backed up bullseye where Ram actually goes and properly reports his bull there, which did change the outcome of the match. I'm not kidding you. Probably 30 people ran into our chat, immediately started telling us about it. So a lot of people actually had their eyes on that one for sure.
Yeah,
A very, very nice sportsmanship, and really shows that Ram is not only not becoming, but is re-solidified as a top tier talent, but also top tier sportsman as well.
Yeah, we go way back, and as Husman's gonna look to point here instead of close the 15 first.
I think he's only going to take one dart at these 15s.
That's confident. That's Danny Baggett's strategy.
It might come back to bite him potentially. Jon Pilgrim has a shot at the 9.
Yeah, he hit it last time. Not going to hit it this time. Pilgrim throwing pretty solid here with a 5.13, and that's a 7 mark. And I tell you, sometimes 315s there is just a game changer. You don't no need to be a hero when you don't have to.
You can be my hero, baby.
Just like here, close the 15. Yeah, there we go, Husman.
Does drill it there. 20-point difference means game darts for Pilgrim, but it's a toughie. To get the further advantage going into the break, or Husman to close the distance down to 1 leg. Not going to happen.
No, not going to happen this time, but he does close the 16. Going to go back at the bull, put a little pressure. He does. 3 versus 3. When I tell you, when you're trying to win a match, 3 bulls is tough.
It certainly is, and I think Husman knows that his back's been against the wall so far. So let's see what he's able to do to capitalize. That's a tough dart.
That is a tough dart. Oh, he's not happy about it, too. He's got to recompose. He's looking over. Oh, listen. And he moves over to the left. Use that dart, hit the double. Oh, and look at this. Jon Pilgrim to steal this leg. Man.
Yeah, big moments here in this matchup. Pilgrim has to still hit his 3, and that's a tough dart. Nervy
and edgy. Nervy and edgy this last leg going into the break.
Oh, my. Oh, and he's not going to get the chance now.
Yeah, and I feel like that's all she wrote there. I think Husman's going to win this one, so it's going to be 4-3, not 5-2. But it is going to be Pilgrim leading into the break.
Oh, hold on.
No, I didn't.
Hold on.
No, he hits this 100%. Oh my goodness.
No! Danny Baggett jinxed again. Pilgrim can't believe it. I think he already started taking his break. I don't even.
He's in the bathroom.
There he is. Wow.
Oh my!
Unbelievable.
Goodness.
He's trying to recompose. He just 2 bulls, Pilgrim. Husman's in disbelief. Pilgrim's in disbelief. We're in disbelief. Wasn't even close. He does correct it.
Look at him hitting the top of his head. And there it is. And Jon Pilgrim goes up 5-2.
Just like he predicted. That's exactly how you drew that one up, huh, Danny?
Just like I predicted. Into the break.
All righty, guys. Well, so far we've seen an absolutely crazy matchup. After 7 legs, Jon Pilgrim, 4.82 average there. And then on the 4.76 average there, and you see Husman 4.92 average. So he has done successfully. That's 7.36, obviously weighting the average up, but pretty close battle. And these guys are definitely playing up. I'm excited to see what happens. And we have some great interviews. Let me tell you, they get a little goofy in these interviews. I highly recommend you guys watch them. And then as soon as they're over, we'll be back with the rest of this match. Don't go far, folks. I'm Nick Teixeira.
I'm the Rambler.
We'll be back. I am here with Vice Presidential candidate Jon Husman. And Jon, thank you for taking time out of your busy campaigning season to sit down and talk with us. And for everyone wanting to know, where is your campaign headquarters located and what company is backing you?
I am located in Puyallup, Washington. And I play for WWDL and All Season Sports Bar in Tacoma, Washington.
And you were in the top 4 of the winners bracket in Division 2. How does it feel to make it to this point?
It feels great. I got a message from PPD saying a spot opened up. They asked me if I wanted to join Season 7, Division 2, and I said yes right away. And so I ended up being the last person, lowest rated person on the bracket, and so far I'm 3-0. It feels great.
Yeah, I was going to say, from lowest rated to maintaining a top 4 run, that is phenomenal. And tonight's race is going to be a long one, with it being a race to 9. What do you do to stay focused during the matchup to make sure you win said match in the hearts of voters alike?
It's going to be tough keeping my strategy. I know these players like to point. I like to take chances. And my wife, especially my wife, she doesn't like me to take chances. She gets mad at me for it. So I'm just gonna have to, play my best, and hopefully I can keep up with Jon Pilgrim, because he's a hell of a player.
And of course, a lot of people in the Washington area have just been clamoring for you to take the main stage. And now that that moment's here, what do you have to say to the support that you get from the local community?
Oh, I've been playing for close to 35 years now, so I've seen a lot of players come and go. It's really great, the support I get. Christian Broussard's one of my friends, good friends. Just everybody out here supports me, and they all actually support each other real well too. This is a great community for darts.
And do you want to thank any of your supporters on the campaign trail this season?
Of course, Lon and Mindy Broussard at All Season Sports Bar. They've been great in sponsoring me, and a few other players. I really appreciate them. My wife for always supporting me, Yelena Husman. My son, Lucas, he'll be watching the stream tonight from here. And my other son, hopefully he'll be watching the stream from San Francisco, Ivan. I love you both. And that's it.
Well, we are looking forward to you taking the main stage. It is long overdue, Jon, and we wish you nothing but the best of luck in tonight's match.
Great. Thank you. My name's Jon Husman, and I support this message.
Let me tell you about A to Z Darts. We're a specialty dart store with over 10,000 different products. We create in-depth videos and blogs to help improve your game and showcase our products. We give helpful advice on how to practice darts, the fundamentals of form and mechanics, and how to make better decisions when purchasing your darting equipment. Whether you're brand new or a seasoned player, we try to provide fun and informative content. I'm Jen, the creative director for A to Z Darts. I've been playing for over 10 years, and I've traveled the world competing in and promoting the sport. This is Will. He runs our live streaming company, USA Darts, and travels the globe as well to broadcast major darting events and interview PDC players alike. You'll find over 2,000 different sets of darts on our website. Guessing right now you're pretty interested in our resources? Learn about form, throwing mechanics, practice routines, scoring and grouping, checkout methods, cricket strategy, and much more. Visit a-zdarts.com to take advantage of our blog, or follow us on social media at AZDarts today.
Joined here once again by Vice Presidential candidate Jon Pilgrim. And Mr. Pilgrim, thank you for taking the time to chat with us. For those that might be seeing you for the first time, where are your campaign headquarters located, and what company is backing you?
I'll be shooting out of the Black Saddle today in Green Bay, and I'm backed by Schmitz Amusement.
And you are now in the top 4 of the winners bracket here. How does it feel to make it this far?
Oh, it feels good. I wasn't real sure how this season was going to go, but darts are landing where I'm aiming, and that usually benefits me quite a bit.
And to the performance you put on last time we saw you on stream against Zach Fuchs, you started off incredibly hot. I mean, you were hitting everything in the first half. Did you expect to start out that way?
Yeah, I did. Like we mentioned, it was a little misworded. I never had a shoulder surgery per se. I did 10 years ago, but my shoulder was acting up. I had a pinched nerve, and with some massage therapy and some chiropractor work, I wasn't sure on how the stamina would be. So I wanted to come out hot and try and get the match over with as fast as I could. Because again, I wasn't sure on the stamina, and with a pinched nerve. I wasn't really sure how everything would hold up.
And Wisconsin is a vast darting community. It's one of the biggest in North America, if not the biggest in North America. How does it feel to receive the support you do at home?
Oh, it's incredible. I mean, just talking to anybody and everybody, I've gotten messages the last couple of weeks. The people that show up when I'm not on the stream, the people that show up when I am on the stream, or the people that can't make it and just reach out. There's been a lot of people that have kind of been standing behind me this whole time with advice, or, you know, catch me the occasional beer and just a good job. It's pretty incredible to see how darts can get people together and how it can form like a whole community.
And then, is there anybody you want to thank for their support on your campaign trail?
Absolutely. My wife Abby. I mean, she's carrying our first child right now and still letting me shoot darts for a little while. And my parents, Booyah Darts, Flashpoint Designs, the Bucket Kiwani, Crazy 8, Waterfront, Rooster's Bar, the Outback Tavern. I mean, all these people are just, whether it's entry fees or, you know, a couple words of advice, anything, they all help out in their own way, and it's a blessing to have that kind of backing and support system.
We are excited to see you on our stream once again, Mr. Pilgrim. We wish you nothing but the best of luck.
Cool.
That's perfect.
I'm Jon Pilgrim, and I support this message.
Alrighty, guys, back and better than ever here. That was a phenomenal interviews by the boys. Sorry that the little after the shotgun there from John got a little crazy. I made a mild editing mistake here, but I'm Nick Share, joined by Danny Baggish to watch some more of this phenomenal matchup so far.
Yeah, Nick, what did you say there?
I said that was freaking awesome. All right, the man goes up there. He talks about bringing the community together. He drinks a beer for you on camera. That's a man of the people and a vice president anybody could get behind. But Husman, of course, being a class act as well. Let me tell you, these guys really are putting their hearts on the line here.
Yeah, I agree. It's been a pretty good matchup for the most part. Jon Husman with that unbelievable 7.36 leg. But for most of his legs, he's been in the low to mid fours. And it's the consistency of Jon Pilgrim that's putting him out on top.
Yeah, and what Pilgrim's also done from a strategy POV is just honestly been really sticky in legs where he should have probably been out of, right? He's just hanging around, and given the opportunity, he's been able to capitalize fairly consistently there. Although we did see going into the break a little bit of a stumble between the players there getting across the finish line. And something that might be interesting if this does go the distance, right? If they get to that last leg decider of seeing the nerves going into the break.
Yeah, I totally agree there as Husman only opens up with a 1 mark there, and this could get pretty ugly pretty fast. So he has to regroup here, come back and have his mind stronger than ever these last few legs.
And you notice the difference between the players during the break. I kind of took a peek there, and Husman was pretty much on and off throwing pretty much throughout the entirety of the break. Pilgrim, talking about his shoulder, talking about the fatigue of it, you'd see he didn't really waste too many darts there. He was saying, all right, I know I'm going to be ready. I got to bar an hour early. I don't need anything for these 8 minutes, maybe 3 darts, and that's about it.
Yeah, when you're lingering with an injury or anything like that, it's you want to try to limit your play. So whether it's a wrist, shoulder, arm, or elbow, whatever the case may be. So very smart by Pilgrim, and it might pay off.
We'll see there. And a little bit of a, I would not say sloppy, but around where Pilgrim you expect when he's feeling it to punish. He's been kind of getting let off with the slow start here. He's going to have to try to pick it up here. And let me tell you, because he really has been a highly anticipated player to make the stream. So far, I mean, he really hasn't been that far off the margins here. Again, averaging a 4.92 because that one 7.36 leg. If he's able to just pick up his floor a little bit, his bottom game being a 4.2, if he can bring that up to a 4.4, give or take, it'll make it a lot harder for Pilgrim to steal some of these legs.
Yeah, well, and coming out the break, Pilgrim is struggling just a little bit. So Husman can build on this and kind of run away with this leg and give himself some confidence going into the next leg.
Yeah, exactly the case here. And you can see right there, he's been finding the 8 mark there. That will do just fine as far as picking yourself back up. And now Pilgrim outside looking in. You know what they say, when one person hits, the other person starts to hit.
Yeah, that's the way it usually happens. And that's a 9 mark for Pilgrim. And we're at 9 marks for the night. And Nick, my prediction is might be close.
It's looking pretty good. Right now, it was 16.5 is where you put the line. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Yeah. And then what was your match prediction one more time? Can you give me a refresher from the beginning?
You took the over.
Well, I did take the over on 16.5.
And then you said my match prediction was 9-7 Pilgrim.
All right. Interesting. So we'll see how this one shapes up here. Pilgrim, again, he was one of those guys where when we were announcing the people in D2, there was a couple names that really stuck out. And Pilgrim was one of them. I think the other one that a lot of people said was, man, Steve Hilger's in D2. That's another one. He's in the top 4. Jake Smith has fluctuated between D1 and D2 as well. I really do feel like, because he was what people don't remember, he wasn't on the original invites list. He got bumped up when someone declined their position. So he's basically the bottom guy going in, second highest win rate in the group after 3 weeks. So he's one of those like unknowns, the unknown quantity of the group. And not because people don't know him, but because people weren't expecting this potentially.
Yeah, anytime that you get a break there and being a person that gets kind of like a free ride, right? You weren't going to play to begin with. You get the call up, and now you're going to make the most of it, and that's what he's doing. He's in the final 4. As look at this, he's looking to put in a 9 mark, 7 mark for Husman, but that's going to be enough. So he's doing what he expected of himself. And that's to capitalize on the opportunity he was given because he was bumped up.
Yeah, and Husman even talked to me after. He's like, yeah, sometimes I'll just take a month or 2 off here and there. Like, I took a month off and then cold turkey went and shot my qualifier and got 6th place. And that's not easy to do either.
No, it's not. It's not. I was stressing in my qualifier just to place 3rd or 4th, even though, a lot of people had me down as a favorite to qualify. But, my first nice 6 mark by Pilgrim, my first time doing it, so the nerves were still there. I still get nervous.
Yeah, well, you also were nervous because you're like, man, I can't abandon them on the commentary and then not qualify for the main event, huh?
Yeah, that's basically right.
That's okay. We got an upgrade. We got Ryan Mooneyham on the mic, and it's going to be me, him, Sean, Will, and Jen. Although Jen doesn't like hop on the mic too much, so we'll see. We'll probably be making fun content again together.
Yeah, I'm sure. And I might, give you guys a little hello back there if I'm allowed.
Not at all. Actually, I believe you have been blacklisted from the commentary room out there.
Fantastic. Jon Husman needs a big shot here. Hits the first start triple. That's 2. Oh, and just 1 hole out of the triple 16. So Jon Pilgrim's going to look to load him up again.
Yeah, and again, staying in these legs where you kind of just were like, man, why is he still here? I thought I had this one in the bag. Needs to find one more triple here. Let's find on the 17s. 5 points down, basically saying, hey, you can hit a 3 mark if you want, and it leaves me a game shot. If you hit the trip single, I don't have that game shot.
Yeah, and that's not necessarily a bad shot as he goes for the double 16 there, hits it. Then he's going to want 1 more 15 at least. Yeah, he gets the triple. So 6 bulls to 3. If I'm Pilgrim, if I hit 1 or 2 bulls, I take the shot at the
Yeah, exactly. You just want to try to close that distance, make it within 4 bulls or less that you need to hit on your next turn before closing that number. And that's what you need to think about. Because once you get to 5 or 6 bulls, you're risking deflections. You're risking too many variables there. 4 or less, that's when you can go ahead and take the shot at the close. He takes 2 darts at the close there. Doesn't collect on either. You expect Husman to just go ahead and knock this leg out.
Yeah, I totally agree. Husman's looking to get 3 bulls here and cut the gap to 5-3, but nothing's ever just given, and I'm not gonna say he's gonna hit it, but he does hit it. So there we go.
See, that's how you get to hit shots, is by Danny not cursing you.
Yeah, 4.91 for Husman, 4.60 for Pilgrim, and we're gonna be going into leg number 9 with Jon Pilgrim up 5-3.
Yeah, and still going to be pretty comfortable. It's about taking advantage of all Jon has to do is win the games he's going first from this point out, right? If he gets a break in there, great, right? But other than that, it's about solid opens and trying to minimize risk. And of course, with the aggressive style of play, he's not going to completely minimize risk.
No, he's not. A good little 6 mark there by Pilgrim, and he's been starting his legs pretty well. So it's going to be tough for Husman to break, but he just has to be patient because there's going to be one of those legs where Pilgrim only opens up with a 3 mark or 4 mark, and then he's going to have to capitalize. But a huge 7 mark there by Husman.
Yeah, and I do like this comment here from Brent Baker saying, it helps to take time off to get the head right. I'm a perfect example of that. Just throw darts. When the fun goes away, take a break. And honestly, I couldn't agree more with a sentiment like that. For me, I never have lost the fun in darts, but I will say I took it really seriously going into COVID and doing a big push. And when I got the commentary stuff, I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm going to kind of step back, practice at home, maybe play an occasional blind draw or DRT. And you know what? I can tell you, I enjoy playing darts so much more than I did then, it feels like. And honestly, I'm putting up some of the better numbers than I have in a long time.
Yeah, that's a great point because the fun went away in the PDC, lost my tour code. I didn't want to go back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't relate to the PDC part, but I can relate to what you mean.
Yeah, I'm done with it. I'll take a break. I'll take a long break forever. But no, I feel all of that. It's all about the fun. Like if you don't have the love and the fun for the game, then you just don't need to play, and you do need to take a break. So, been a big supporter of as much mic baggage as possible.
Danny on the mic.
Thank you for the breakdown, and thank you, Bert.
I wasn't sure. I saw your steam coming out of your head there, Danny.
Yeah, I'm glad you saw that. Husman throwing a 6.67 here against the darts, and I hope Pilgrim with the aggressive approach and stay true to it because you're doing it now. Because if not, you're going to go to the 20. You have to hit at least 4 here.
See, I know it's only been 1 leg after the break, but I feel like Husman overall, his body language and everything, it just seems like that break kind of treated him all right. And I'm curious to see if he can follow this momentum and try to start to take some control of this match here. Because right now, Pilgrim's kind of been dictating the match. Start off with 2 legs straight.
Yeah, he has been, and he hit 2 triples there, did Pilgrim, and Husman's going to be battling that 17s, but he needs to make sure that he takes a shot at that 20, or again, it's going to be just like that other leg where he was battling 20s and 17s, and Pilgrim's going to come out on top.
Tyler Holmes, who's Fergie and who's Jesus in this scenario?
I don't know.
You're Fergie.
What about we can't do Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker?
Fair. Who's Jackie Chan?
That's obvious. Unlucky here. That was just outside the trip 16. 4 for Husman. Jon Pilgrim's gonna punish that one. Now he's battling 20s and 16s, and it's just not adding up here.
Yeah, this is a moment here. When is Pilgrim laughing? You can see he's kind of laughing, but he definitely something caught his eye there. If you guys know about Black Saddle, so immediately on the other side of that bar where he's talking about, there's a whole open bar area, walking area, and everything too. So a lot of people, maybe someone just stopped right in front of him and started making gestures. I'm not sure. And that might be costly too. He got the first start and couldn't collect at least a single, completely breaking his concentration.
Yeah, that's gonna be that could be huge here for Husman. Only needs a 6 mark as he just misses the trip 15. If you hit this trip 15, you take your shot, Husman. You have to. And he hits it. What a shot. Look at the emotion. Well done by Husman.
And that's a huge let-off from Pilgrim. He's going to be kicking himself. Someone holds up the giant head in the background. We got to do it when he's throwing or just after he throws. We weren't ready for the giant blow-up head.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there with Pilgrim, but he's done it 3 or 4 times. And, I mean, if there's people walking, that's just something you're just going to have to try to tunnel out or get used to.
He's played this bar before, right? He should know the variables, even if it's bothering him. And look at this. Hold on a second.
Go through the wall, John.
Oh man, something's like really bugging him. Wonder if we have anybody on the inside here in chat that is watching from behind. Last start.
Gotta stay there.
Yeah. Force the tougher shot, basically saying, hey, Husman, if you want to take the shot, you have to get the point lead first. Single doesn't do it for you.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, 5-15 doesn't do it for you either, because battling 25 and 15s is tough. And I like Jon Pilgrim in this position, to be honest with you.
I wouldn't think you'd lie to me, Danny.
To be honest with you.
Well, that's a great last start there. Finding 6 is massive, though. Now John's in the same situation here, but this time only needs 3 bulls to be able to get that swing.
Yeah, 3 bulls, and that's a good dart to come off of. Just wants to put one more in there. Yeah, and he does. So a hat trick from Jon Pilgrim, and it's a little battle back and forth. A 4-5 versus a 5-7-1 is a big difference, but obviously that's the bulls to the 15s now.
But with Husman's style of play, yeah, I would expect him to do the stay after the first start. I don't think he was going to take the risk on it. And that's a game that you don't want to play for too long here, because Pilgrims can just find 3 bulls and 2 darts.
That's what I'm saying. The 3 bulls and 2 darts is going to happen sooner or later. So which one happens first, right? Jon Pilgrim misses the first dart, or he hits 3 bulls with 2 darts. One of them's happening.
Oh, there's I'm going to say the 3 bulls. Finds the 15, 1 bull here. Does get it, Jon
What
Pilgrim.
a shot.
Wow.
What a shot by Jon Pilgrim. 4-7-8 or against a 5-6-3. And he's laughing about it, but he wasn't too happy beforehand.
Yeah, and we got some clarification in the comments from Steve Diker, Scuba Steve. I was actually wearing that shirt earlier today. He said a bunch of people walked through, so yeah, it looks like maybe a big party, a big group. And then Jason Will in the chat saying, Nick Teixeira, our Wednesday night Elite League starts tonight, so his Black Saddle team is there. So yeah, that's going to be like Steve Diker, your Bob Andersons. And look at that. Stop talking, Nick. There's white horses being thrown.
White Horse by John Husman. You know what my favorite saying is?
What's your favorite saying, Danny?
It's when I'm playing somebody, mostly my friends, because I would never do this in a match. I would ask them, and I would say, "Hey, are you drinking today?" And they would say yes. And I was like, "Did you drive here?" And they would say yes. And I said, "Well, instead of driving home, why don't you take this horse home?"
All right, getting a little saucy with it. You only do that with the friends and friendly matches?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I would never in my life do that in a real match.
He's lying. He definitely has said it to Matt Campbell before.
You're actually right about that. Yeah, Husman starting off with a 6-5 here, but man, that's one that he let get away there.
Yeah, and currently up 6-3. It's a good position for John overall here. And he's fighting right now in the 16s. Again, he's just staying in legs that you don't expect him in. In that last leg, though, it was important to note after he tripped the 16 for the close, he failed to get at least one single mark on the 20s, right? And he's been punished, but then didn't finish by not taking a shot at the bulls there. It's the aggression versus the more traditional conservative play that we're kind of seeing in this matchup.
Yeah, I agree there, but listen, there's just too much inconsistency in Husman's game right now that shows any kind of comeback. The issue that he's having is he's starting off some of these legs really, really well, but the middle to end is actually what's hurting him.
Yeah, exactly there. And coming out of the break, I mean, he has raised his standard, right? 4.91, 5.63, but only winning one of those two legs. Currently in the match, Husman averaging a 5, Jon Pilgrim 4.74. So when you see a guy that's winning 6-3 and is averaging almost a quarter of a mark less than you, does that say that he has the better strategy, or what does that actually mean?
Well, because we can see the numbers, it means that no, it's just he's more consistent, or he had one better game. A 7.36 is fluctuates that average big time, but as we can see, he's been in the low to mid 4s for the most part. So it's gonna be a little off balance there.
That's fair. Like watching you try to dance. Actually, that's very off balance.
I can twerk.
No one wants to see that, guys. Actually, in fact, if you guys don't want to see that, donate $5. No, I'm just kidding. Oh man, no one wants to see that. They all want to see a free throw contest, Danny.
Okay, don't do that. Don't get into this free throw contest. No, there's nobody in chat that thinks that you can beat me in a free throw contest.
That's fair. I'm allowed to cheat though if we do it.
Cheat? What do you mean by cheat?
Yell in the backswing type of stuff.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Jonathan Long just gives us an update. Long 9-8, so beating out previous champion Brett Hollanday in the losers bracket.
Good win for John there. Yeah, Pilgrim was going for the 3 triple close to make it 4-3, but he's gonna go to the bowl and misses. So Husman should win this leg, but we've seen it get a little edgy towards the end.
Yeah, you just got to stay focused on this dart. Collect on the first bowl. If it doesn't go, don't be afraid to bail out. And that's well low. So just bail out, add a couple bowls on those 19s there. He's taking a risky game.
Yeah, it's a little risky, but with John not having any bulls, it's not as risky. So I don't mind it. But yeah, once I missed the first one, I probably would have took a dart at the triple.
In this case, not going to be consequential. It looks like we are set to go 6-4. And John Springer Jr., someone we saw on the Women's Choice Challenger Series, play with Kelly Sipe out of All Season Sports Bar, where John Husman's playing out of, saying Husman used to be an absolute beast, but the last couple of years he hasn't really had the drive to play and to get back to how he used to be. We've won a ton of events together. That's a good duo right there.
That is a good duo. And Jeff Springer, it's funny you're in this chat. Just remind me, was he one of those Washington guys we were talking about?
You have to wait a really long time if you're waiting for him to respond.
Yeah, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for him to respond. I'm waiting to see that because he knows what I'm talking about. Scott Hanish says, WTF. Way to go, friends. I'm over 94% free throw career. Get off baggish. Okay, so Scott, that's great. You might be 94% free throw in your career, but you're 100% on stage falls at DPFL.
That is true. That is true. Even his name in the Discord is now 180 floor. By the way,
Has to be 180 floor.
He'll never live that one down. As Pilgrim starts up with a 5, and I'm gonna be honest. Last leg was probably the worst combined performance and worst individual legs that we'll probably see from both these players. 3.14 for Pilgrim, 3.78 for Husman, and you don't expect almost any legs to win below a 4 in the Division 2, and Husman kind of got away with that one.
Yeah, for sure. And that slow start, I say slow start, 5 mark by Jon Pilgrim. Husman, that was a chance for Husman. He's been starting off these legs pretty well and just didn't do it that time. So Pilgrim looking to punish. Only a 1 mark.
Yeah, didn't really put his foot to the pedal here, so Husman might have an opportunity to take a swing. First start goes, you can ride right in on that barrel. Just stacks on top of it.
It's going to go 20. Oh, and just low. Good aggressive throw there by Husman, though. I like the strategy. Smart. Just to show you that he does watch my matches.
Well, someone has to watch your matches, right? It was funny when I was making your slide last Monday for your match. The previous one you had in the finals of season 6 was is an ex-commentator for your fun fact. And this time I put that your nickname used to be the Gambler and is now the Rambler.
Yeah, I don't even remember who gave me that nickname. Someone that is a huge fan of mine, which I'm greatly appreciated. Now look at you. You just you made history.
It's great, and I fully expect with you every time on the mic to just run with it.
Yeah, no, I absolutely am.
To clarify, on with Mike is not meaning when you're playing him in your match potentially.
Yeah, it's got to be potentially as Pilgrim closes the 18 and 19 there.
Yeah, I do want to talk about that for a minute. I feel like if Husman and is in a very similar position that Luke Pritzel is in, right? When you're talking about the top 4 players of their respective divisions, like a lot of people are like, yeah, I could see Jake Smith, Steve Hilger, Jon Pilgrim win the seat. I feel like not enough people are putting Husman in the mix. Same thing there. I don't think enough people are putting Luke Pritzel in the mix. He's the top 4 in Division 1. I mean, what are your thoughts on that competitor in particular?
Yeah, I mean, after the first week, he was a leader. He shot like a 5.8 something.
Yeah.
So his game is there. He's a good player, and he can give Mike a run. Mike is just obviously the way he's been playing the last I don't know, year or two or whatever the case may be, even 3 years. It's just he's just playing really well. So it's gonna take a lot to beat him. Unfortunately, I don't think Pritzel has that next year like Mike does. But you never know.
Well, Luke Pritzel was also in the background, in the audience. Look at this right now. Husman really finding some fire at the moment. Good stuff indeed. And how about a boom goes the dynamite? We have to give one to the CSC.
And that's another 9 mark for Husman. 11 on the night.
But Luke Pritzel in Mike Maloney's last winning season, so season 5, was in the bar at the Cantina when Maloney was playing, wearing the Hulk mask and gloves. So they do have a pretty good rapport with each other, it seems.
Yeah, we need to get rid of that Hulk mask and all that good stuff. So nice 6 mark by Husman, and look at this to make it a 1 leg difference.
Yeah, and I'm going to be honest, Jon Pilgrim throwing a 2.5 following his 3.14 is a cause for concern, right? To back-to-back low legs, you can have 1 or 2 in the night, but to have 2 back-to-back and basically give away your advantage almost is kind of scary.
Yeah, it's really scary, and Pilgrim changing his music. Whatever it is, it worked.
Yeah, I believe he is now listening to some Lil Wayne.
That's great because that's on my playlist.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
There you go.
Some Lil Wayne, some other stuff.
Biggie.
One more bullseye for Husman. And there it is. 4.71 and an unfortunate 2.86 for Pilgrim. So here we go. 6-5.
Yeah, good stuff there. And like I said, I really feel like Husman overall, other than the fact that he in the previous leg won with a 3.78, is kind of rallying in the second half. I think that break came at the right time for him. And honestly, the worst time for Jon.
Yeah, and this is kind of what we were talking about earlier, is his shoulder starting to give in as this match goes on. Because he's showing a few throws here where it's just kind of all over the place.
Yeah, a little snatchy, right? That's what you'll see with Jon when his shoulder's bothering him. Some darts that go well low or well high because it's just not cooperating. It feels uncomfortable. And that's your body fighting against you. And Husman there, bare minimum, gets the close and a little bit of points with Jon's X. You expect Jon, if he finds a trip 19, to try to take a swing at these 20s here.
Yeah, I agree, but he's really struggling bad. So he does trip to 19. He should go 20. Closes him out. It's just going to be interesting how this leg right here unfolds, because 7-5 or 6-6, huge difference in both.
Yeah, and again, Husman has all the momentum in his favor right now. I mean, he really looks the most comfortable between these competitors.
And that's another 9 mark for Husman. And
say the phrase. Say it. Say it.
No.
Come on. It's CSC. We're allowed to say it here, man. Come
Okay.
on.
Boom goes the dynamite.
Woohoo!
Husman.
We got one, guys.
Why did I have to say that?
Because it's the CSC, man. Like,
Yeah.
just show some respect to the legacy of the show, Mr. Defending President.
How do you talk to the Mr. Defending President like that?
Because you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I miss the Leonard Gates era the most.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe I was forced to do that. Husman going down to the 19.
Yeah, otherwise I would have just unplugged your microphone. Look at this from
Trips
Husman.
the 19. Yeah, huge 6 mark, 6.33, and Pilgrim struggling with a 3.3 after following the 2.86 up with a 3.3 right now, and hopefully the wheels are not falling off, Nick.
It looks a little shaky right now. I mean, out of the break so far, winning 3 of 4 legs for Husman, potentially about to win a 4th leg right now, and honestly likely to win this 4th leg now. He has so much momentum. Momentum is the craziest intangible in darts. You can't count on it, but when it's there, you feel it.
Yeah, and that crowd is getting bigger behind Husman, and look at that, another 7 mark, and he's looking to follow up his decent game of a 4.71 as well. He's throwing a 6.50. Only a 4 mark by Pilgrim. Husman's to lose.
So right now, you're Husman. You don't want anything to change. You're following this momentum. You're riding the high. What do you do if you're Pilgrim?
Right.
Is that the answer?
Yeah, I mean, because he's struggling bad. He just went. So his last 2 legs, he went 3-1-4, 2-8-6, and now he's throwing a 3-4. Right. That's not going to win. He'll lose every leg going forward. Right. So he has to change something. I think it looks like he's more fast paced right now. I think he needs to slow down because he does look like he's sped up a little bit. Ever since that crowd walked in, and now they're watching back there to the right, he's thrown a little faster. And unless he slows down like he knows how to throw, and that's his pace as Husman hits that, this is going to be a lot closer, and Husman can pull off this so-called upset.
Yeah, and it's hard to call it an upset when Husman's coming in at a 0.01 higher average. I think it just, for a lot of the CSC viewers in particular, too, because Jon Pilgrim's been a part of it for so long, he's just an unknown quantity making his first stream appearance, and it's so hard to predict how your first stream experience goes with the CSC. We've seen players that have completely loved it and just get fired up and run away with it. And we've seen players that would normally win matches completely struggle. I think Husman's finally settled in. He's forgot about the cameras and he's just playing a game at his local bar.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. He's settling in. He's been, I mean, even though he hasn't had major games, he's had, one game in the 7-3-6 range. Then he had one at 5-2-5 and then one at 5-1-7. So he's had 3 games over the 5s. And but it's him being consistent now, right? We were talking about that consistency, and it's now Husman on the back end being consistent. But that's what we said, Nick. We said that Pilgrim was going to come out firing, and that he has to hold on towards the end.
Yeah, and we talked about, like, in the first half, his average kind of got raised up because of that 7.36 leg, because going in after 7 legs, he was a 4.92. But going after the break, 4.91, 5.63, 3.78, 4.7, 5.1. Now he truly is that 4.89 average, which is his average currently in the match. Jon Pilgrim was a 4.76 at the break. He's dropped down to a 4.29.
Yeah, and that just shows the struggle right now. And Husman just has to stay true. Pilgrim's all over the place right now, and he just looks like he's struggling.
Yeah, missing the big single there is absolutely brutal. I do love in the background right now, people are waving the big head. They're going crazy back there, and they actually are going so crazy they wave the big head in front of the board camera. they're having some fun there. The energy you can see flashing at the bottom there, that is whoever has the big head in the background.
Yeah, it's almost like she knows that a 9 mark is coming.
Oh, we wouldn't know. She's blocking the kid. Listen, can someone call Christian Broussard and say, hey, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You love the support though, right? I mean, having people back there, even in the trick shots, which is like not necessarily your neck of the woods. Honestly, you still had David Sally, you had Alan Gardner, you had Terry Johnson, you had some longtime friends supporting you there. I have to imagine that helps keep your head focused a little bit.
Yeah, it does. And man, I appreciate the support there. And to be honest, we need more of it. You know, there's not a lot of people that come out and support. And I feel like we can do better with it. As we see the big head jumping up and down, and that's a 9 mark. And look at the celebration by Jon Husman.
Oh man, he is riding the wave right now. And seriously, if someone's in all season, can you tell her to just scoot over like 2 inches to the right, please? And thank you.
Yeah, but there's some
respectfully.
Yeah, someone's got to be there watching. Someone's got to be there watching.
Oh, there's Christian Broussard giving her a high five. Come on, tell her, Christian, no.
Oh my goodness.
Again, love the energy for the record. This is awesome.
Can we get the phone number to the bar, please?
Can someone call All Seasons Tacoma, Washington? Just kidding. Don't actually call the bar and bother them, but she is standing in the perfect spot right now.
The perfect spot for them.
That's crazy. I love it. I love it. Hey guys, I should mention this. Tonight we are giving away a $15 gift card to A to Z Darts. So all you have to do is be in one of our Facebook chats on USA Darts or Partners Promoting Darts. Leave a comment in there and you're automatically entered to win our gift card for a-zdarts.com $15 gift certificate.
She moved over. Someone told her.
Whoever told her, you're a homie.
Yeah, whoever told her, thank you so much.
And again, for the record, love her energy right now. Absolutely do.
Pilgrim is back against the wall here. 6 mark by a Pilgrim. And hey, listen, Husman is up. And he's got his foot on the gas here. This is I don't know if Jon wins another leg, Nick.
Yeah, I mean, he was 6-3 up. This is very reminiscent of Monday right now, right? This is the 7-4 up, 6-3 up that we saw from JC before. Really, what we saw is you kind of rally after the break there, and JC kind of start to get a little tighter in his performance. This is kind of what's happening right now. Pilgrim is an experienced star player, right? He knows that he has to snap himself out of it. The question is, what's going to snap him out of it?
Yeah, something has to snap him out of it. So just the next, but he only has a few games left, right? It's going to be 7-6, and man, that's back against the wall, and you know, you've seen him stop, and it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? He stops, looks at his hand, looks at his throw, trying to make sure he's throwing straight. As Husman wins that with a 5-2-5 to Jon's 4-2-5, it's just not good enough right now.
And it's his first lead of the match. Imagine after 13 legs, you get your first lead of the match. You feel like you're on top of the world. You're 4 legs on the spin, 5 for 6 out of the break. I mean, you're on top of the world right now. Then the only thing you're worried about is an adrenaline dump.
Yeah, absolutely. And Husman, he just needs to make sure he just continues what he's supposed to do. Now, Pilgrim here, now look, you've lost a few legs, right? You could have easily won this match if you just held your throw. But now you got to think, okay, look, I can still force the last leg decider and win this thing.
Exactly. And I do like that he's just took a lot of extra time there recomposing himself at the very beginning. The only thing is, and he does nail the 7 mark, is when you do start to struggle like that, when you start to feel like whether it be his shoulder bothering him, the distractions in the bar, or maybe just getting in his head the plain old fashioned, right? Whatever that issue may be, it's okay to sometimes switch off your aggressive strategy because it's hard to be aggressive when you're not fully confident.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and it's sometimes your strategy has to change because you're either losing now or you lost your lead or whatever the case may be, right? Same with Jon Husman. So I feel like sometimes his strategy had to change.
Well, let's see right now. Pilgrim with that big 7 mark open. See if he takes advantage of the fact that he has the 20s and 19s. He pulls in right on the wire. Just throw the same dart. You can see that little snatchiness. It gets away from him a little bit. And those are darts that he wasn't missing in that first half.
Yeah, those were darts he wasn't missing, and it's showing. And I mean, the confidence does so much, right? So you go from John, who's struggling, didn't take the aggressive shot like he would have before because he had the confidence, and it's showing. That's why he's staying on the point now. So, which is fine. That's what I did. You know what I mean? So I was struggling with the same thing, and I went to the points, and that's what you have to do, and that's what John has to do here. You know, stay on the points, hit a few triples, get that confidence back, and then start closing.
And there he does stay on the 19s. And a lot of people that were talking about your match. I see Keith Williams, Clayton in here, and a few others talking about it. Keith Williams saying, I have to ask Nick Teixeira, does Danny feel like he did something different, or was it that JC didn't keep up the pace from Monday's match from the come behind win? And Clayton says, I don't think anybody's going to be able to do what JC and Danny did Monday night. That was one of the greatest matches I've ever seen. Congrats, Danny, on the big comeback win. It is so hard in this format to come back from a big deficit, right? You're normally used to seeing best of threes, best of fives. I mean, how hard did it feel to do what you did on Monday?
So it's just basically, so I feel like the way I've been playing, I was always going to stay at that level, right? I needed to pick it up a little bit, but for me, it's I had to put JC under pressure because JC was just throwing so good. He was throwing unbelievable, and he lost that. He started losing the fire. I changed up my strategy, and I'm not gonna lie, I changed my strategy because Mike Maloney called me.
Is that real?
That's real. So Mike Maloney called me on break, and he said, "Listen, Danny, I know how great you are. You're arguably the best soft tip player in the country, but your strategy is not working. Switch it up," and that's a 9 mark from John Husman. Switch it up and start pointing and make him chase you, and I did that, and it worked.
Well, there you go. And yeah, and the reason we're bringing that up is also just because that's kind of what we're happening to on a different scaling, but that's what we're seeing right now in Division 2. And another great example, someone talks about how we've never, might not ever see what JC and Danny did. I think the best example is also Ram Guevara and Mike Maloney again, the 8-4 down to bring it to a last leg decider and set 53 9 marks. That is probably one of the other prime examples. The only difference being that Ram lost after winning 4 off the spin in the last leg. We bring that up here because it's just really impressive to see what John's doing Husman's doing right now. And Pilgrim, on the other hand, is just feeling all the frustration. He's probably screaming at himself inside his head right now.
Yeah, he's but listen, he's thrown a 4-5 better than his last few matches, right? The last leg he threw a 4-5 was in leg 9 where he threw a 4-7-8. So this is it's better from him. It's better from him, as Mike Malone says, a little ad-libbed in it. Yeah, I know, Mike. You didn't say I was one of the best players in the country, but I'm going to add it. I'm going to add it. Listen, I can do what I want. I admitted to it. Now leave me alone.
Or we're putting the 13-inch back on, Mike. We're just going to keep running him with that.
Keep it up, Mike. Keep it up.
He's got connections in high places now.
Yeah.
He knows Rory.
Yeah, Rory is the guy. You know what I mean? Rory is the guy. So, no, but yeah, so that's what I did, guys. And JC, like I said, JC was the better player 99% of the night. I just got lucky in the end.
All right, here, this is a big moment. Gets the close on the 19s, back to the 18s to defend it with the X on it. And that's just great tactical play there. He takes a shot to close and then defends his better territory. And now you're seeing Jon Pilgrim, even if he goes trip on the 17, cannot regain the point lead. Now, if he does hit 2 trips in the first 2 darts, I wouldn't hate to close up top. That's just not the spot where he can play that kind of game right now.
Yeah, and listen, there's 3 or 4 straight rounds that Jon Pilgrim could have shut that 18 down, and he would have earlier in the match. So, again, this is a situation where his strategy is starting to change, and he's trying to figure out, what do I need to do? He'll close him now. There it is, and he's just like, where do I go? Because John's throwing so well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, again, Jon just on an absolute heater after the break here, and he's just going to continue it seems. Oh, doesn't find the 17. He's probably going to move back over. He doesn't like the position, yeah, but he's finding a 7. And in situations like that, now Pilgrim does have an opportunity to close and get the point lead, but it's perfection now.
Yeah, absolutely. It's perfection from here. He hasn't been able to hit that huge 9 mark. As you can see, look, it's just a wild dart. Comes back with the 7, but man, you kind of feel for him here because it is a little all over the place.
Let's see what happens here. Jon does not regain the point lead on the first start. Will not get to look for the, what is it, basically right now a free 5 mark for him. He does stay on for the 5/16s. Free 5 mark meaning trip 16 for 2/17s. Dave saying, why is everyone being mean to Mike Maloney? For the record, I picked him to win the CSC Division 1 this year, and Danny's business partners with him. I think we're allowed to give him some stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, here we go. He just he said, "Man, darn,
Gosh darn it,
golly gee, what a
freaking
curse."
fudge.
He catches the last one, but if you're Husman here, do you close this? Do you just go to close the 17? Like, hey, listen, I'm only down 1 point. I'm playing really well right now. I don't think that he's gonna hit a big shot. The way he's playing, let me get a 16. Oh, what a strategy!
I don't mind that at
I don't
all.
mind it either.
Oh, look at this shot. Oh, it doesn't collect on the last one, but what a shot that is. You're basically saying, hey, Jon, if you hit the first start trip, now you have to go for the horse, basically, here, the 9 mark.
You have to go for the horse here. You hit this trip 17, you got to go for it. But again,
And now you're stuck.
A dart low.
This is pretty unprecedented right now, what we're seeing in Division 2 in particular. For Jon to start off as well as he did and to be in this scenario, he's not out of it yet, but now you're just fighting your own mind.
Yeah, you are fighting your own mind, and Husman here is almost about 85% to win this match, right? He's going to go up 8-6. He's going to have a chance to hold for the win. Even if he loses the next leg. So this is getting it's getting a bit edgy here for Jon Pilgrim.
Here's the thing too, you have to remember is Pilgrim, if I was him, I'm gonna say, man, I have to not only hold but then break and then win the diddle pretty much to try to get the advantage in the last leg. That's a lot of steps. I want to thinking, man, I already lost, let's just go ahead and play like who cares. Try to almost take the weight off your own shoulder, play with the house money, get a little crazy with it, and just try to snap out of what certainly is starting to feel like a nightmare at the moment.
Yeah, I agree. Ryan O'Flynn says Husman is 99% to win. Being 2 legs, 1 leg away, only really Jon should hold this next leg. I mean, I say that obviously, he's struggling, and I get it, but I feel like Jon will win this leg, and then it's going to be on that last leg to where Husman starts.
Yeah, right now, it's just, again, you can see Jon doing the full walk-off over there. He's trying to get that composure. There's no such thing as a 99% chance win unless it's 1 bull away and you're 5 numbers up in the CSC. We've just seen so much crazy stuff happen, but there, the aggressive shot, and he stays down. I don't like that from Pilgrim at all. Again, get yourself comfortable. You nailed the first start. Follow with another one up there. And to be fair with everyone in chat, we do agree. We talked about a shoulder injury in the interview, and since like we also know that is a big factor too. So maybe it's just one of those where the body's getting the better.
Yeah, 5 mark there by Husman. Yeah, I don't disagree there. And it the longer the match went, we knew it might have flipped. So that's I guess that's why he's still staying aggressive on the close. Hits that last start triple though.
Here's the thing, Pilgrim, if he grabs this leg, it might just be enough to get that spark, get that adrenaline here. Maybe he needs an extra bit of dart liquid courage. Maybe he needs just a little pep talk and a slap from Steve Diker in the background. But he is a guy that at any point can throw these excellent games. Husman just, unfortunately for Pilgrim, is just not giving him any breaks. 5-1-2, 5-3, 5-1-7, 4-7-1. That's his last 4 legs.
Yeah, he's been playing great. It's no secret that he's just been an aggressive play by Pilgrim, no matter how he's playing. Yeah, Husman's been starting off these legs great, and some of them he's finishing them well. Last 3 legs over 5. Some of them he hasn't, but it's Husman that's tripping everything.
It's all free for him right now. Every treble looks so huge to him. Oh, look at this. Pilgrim does find the 20 on the first, though. He's trying to defend his throw as much as he can. And that time, the last start close doesn't go his way.
It doesn't go his way. And a very, very iffy dart there just because Husman has those 220s. Even if he goes 217s here, I think he closes the 20. Well, he'll definitely close the 20 now.
Yeah, and look at that. All seasons is going crazy. Christian Broussard is dancing with John's big head back there. Oh my goodness. Pilgrim is in disbelief at the moment here. He has to try to rally towards the tail end of this leg. And I will say, when I talked about him and Zach Fuchsia's match, the 16-15s is where he was winning a lot of his legs last time. He needs to channel that energy. But again, that third dart not going his way there.
Yeah, it's not going his way, and this tail end of this match is not going his way. So, for Husman to win 6 out of 7 legs after the break is just unbelievable.
Yeah, very hard to do, especially this late into the season. Week 1, you kind of see some matches, some players just don't start off the season on the right foot. But these guys, to be on the run they're at and to be able to do that at this point is just incredibly challenging. Pilgrim brings it back within 2 there. But Husman has an opportunity. You expect him, if he finds a treble in the first 2 darts of the 17, he can do whatever he wants. Finds 15 on the first. Good marker. Finds it again. Oh, what a dart this would be. He hits it.
Oh, what a shot by Husman. Look at the crowd back there.
Christian Broussard spinning in circles.
Look at the crowd back there. And Husman plays off of a lot of positive energy from the people. Look at him. He's back there jumping.
Yeah, and you can tell he just needed that time to get settled in, it seems, with this match. That break couldn't have come at a better time for him. Husman, since the break, has just played incredible. He's, depending on how he shoots this leg, is about to average a 5.0 in D2.
Yeah, that's crazy. He's throwing a 4.57 is Pilgrim, and Husman 3 bulls to advance to the king seat match.
Wow. There's one. Doesn't go quite yet. Not out of the woods. He does go to the 15. He said, I'm not risking this opportunity here. No reason to when you have the 15s in the back door. You don't want to leave. John can hit double for a single 15. No reason to risk it. Pilgrim's going to have to do any last resorts he can and hope that some match point nerves is what's going to save him. At this point, it might be all she wrote for the Wisconsinite.
Yeah, it seems like it is all she wrote, and unlucky for Pilgrim, and Husman has played absolutely wonderful tonight. Oh, he's taking a big old deep breath there.
Yeah, he knows the audience behind you. He has to cross the finish line. And there it is, everybody. He gets the win. Look at the celebration from him. He was loving every bit of it, and you can see John, he's in the background there. He does give a wave. He clap. He knows that right now it was him beating himself that night, his body fighting against them. And also Husman playing excellent after the break there. Oh my goodness, Danny Baggish. That was just absolutely incredible. And Jon Husman, his debut on the live stream could not have gone any better after the break there. Absolutely incredible stuff. Looking at this right now in the match, 14.9 marks the under hit today. I just would like to point out that Danny was right. That's a pretty good line there at 16.5. 4.96 for Jon Husman, 4.28 for Pilgrim. And yeah, Danny, this was absolutely just an incredible matchup. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, no, it was a great matchup. It was the tale of 2 different halves, right? Jon Pilgrim wins the first half, and then we said that we were wondering how bad his shoulder was going to come into play, and whether it was his shoulder or not. He just had a lot more sporadic darts. So to me, it was 7 out of 8 legs on the spin. That is just nuts, and Jon Husman deserved the win tonight.
He did indeed, and I'm excited to see, because that means that next week we'll be getting our other top 4 matchup. Steve Hilger, Jake Smith in that one. Winner of that will play Jon Husman in 2 weeks from now, as that's what we're going to be waiting on. And next Monday, we got a great one. Mike Baloney, Luke Pretzel going up. That's a full set of snacks over there, huh?
Full set of snacks, and I'm going to be tuned into that one. I'm not going to tell you who I want to win. but I'm going to tell you who I want to play
You heard it there,
on
guys.
Facebook.
Now, important to note, because I realized that I did the Will Stewart special. Don't forget, A to Z Darts is featuring the Harrow's Toro as their dart of the month. Earn a $15 off all Harrow's Toro darts and get a free pack of flights. Plus, you'll get added to the raffle to win a set of Harrow's Black Knight steel tip darts, 21 gram, when you purchase the dart of the month. Giveaway ends October 1st. Good luck, everyone. Grab the Michael Smith Achieve Special Edition darts while you can as well. This limited edition dart is a great addition to your collection. You can also browse the Target July launch and the Win More US player launch. Lastly, make sure to check out their blog for the latest tutorial on how to play around the world. That's a-zdarts.com. How's that ad read? Was pretty good?
No, it was good. I couldn't do it. So, no, well done.
Do you not know how to read?
No, I know how to read. I just like to flow off the mind.
Oh, that's you're the rambler for a reason. Is that what it is?
Yeah, you give me a topic and I'll just talk about it.
Yeah, that's fair. Free throw contest, you and me.
No chance. You have 0 shot.
No, I'm gonna hit at least one shot.
No, but you have a 0 chance of winning.
No, I think so. Guys, let us know in the chat. By the way, if you leave a comment, $15 A to Z gift card. Who would hit more free throws out of 100, myself or Danny Baggish? Let us know. Danny?
That's easy.
Thank you for stepping in, man. I appreciate that. You're really enjoying this commentary stuff.
Yeah, I love it. I just want to be a commentator, right? And I was going to use that as an excuse if I lost, but I won. So, yeah, can't wait till my match against the winner of Maloney Pritzel. What a match we had. We were treated to a good match tonight, and I appreciate it, and I look forward to the next time.
Yeah, and we look forward to seeing you guys on Monday here. Reminder, USA Darts will be live for the Which City Open, and also on Eagle Eye Sports will be live for the Bullshooter second stop of the tour in Rockford, Illinois. But that will do it for us here. I'm Nick Teixeira.
I'm the Rambler, Danny Baggish.
And we'll be seeing you guys next time.